Coach, what's changed in terms of, when last Flames fans saw you, you lost 5 in a row. Now you've finally got the results. What's changed? I know that lots changed for the fan base and the media, but what's changed in the mindset of the team?
Honestly, not too much. They've approached just about every day the same way, which is a good thing about our group. I think what's happened over the last couple games on the road is we played a simpler style of game. I think Jacob was at his very best over the course of those 2 games for sure, and we found a way to score the timely goal. And you think about what we've talked a lot about this year is that save that goal. Well, those 2 games we got it. Whether there's a good break going in our favor, whatever the case may be, we found a way to get those wins, and now it's up to us to make sure we build off that.
Talk about playing simpler on the road. Is that now the goal, to play simpler at home?
I think it should be that goal every night. You should put the same game on the ice no matter where you're playing. And for our players, they have a good understanding of what they need to look like to have success. And if you want to call it road hockey, sure, but that needs to be the same that we play here tonight.
Has anything been done on your part or the rest of the coaching staff's part with the players' confidence levels? It seemed as if when they were going through that losing streak, at least from our vantage point, it seemed as if they were as down as we had seen them all year, and it's clearly changed in the last 2 games.
Yeah, I don't know. The confidence is a tough word. I mean, these guys are professional players, and it's their job to come and play every night. And that, when you talk about confidence again, it's earned. And I think when you see them down, it's them not being happy with themselves or what they put on the ice. But I don't really correlate it necessarily to a player's confidence level. It's them being unhappy with maybe how they performed as an individual and as a group. And of course, when you start winning a few games, the mood changes a little bit for sure. It's a lot more fun to win than it is not to win. So as I mentioned, tonight's a game that I think our guys are excited about, and they're looking forward to playing here at home.
What have you seen out of Troy early on with a small sample size?
He's quick. His footwork is really good. He stays up in the play a lot. A good stick, and when we talk about our defense, we want them to play with tight gaps, and he's done a good job of that so far. So he may be smaller in size, but very competitive. So you love that about him, where he'll go and close quickly on a defender. He may bounce off, whatever the case may be, but he goes right back at him. So he doesn't give a lot of time and space to the guys he's playing against. So he's been competitive for us, and I think for his first 3 games, I think he's done a real good job.
Well, I thought Dylan Dube sort of put on that 4th line. Naturally, I viewed it as almost a demotion, but we just talked to him, and he talked about the opportunity of playing center and how he can contribute in that role. What did you guys think he could bring to that spot?
Well, a lot of the game now, you see the speed that comes from underneath. When you look at all the top players in the league, and the guy up north or McKinnon in Colorado, they bring the speed from underneath, but they can really skate. And when you look at Dylan, he's probably our best skater. So if we can find a way to get him to use his speed a little bit more, that's something that we want to do for sure. And with Dylan, there is no bad day with Dylan. You probably know that about him for sure, where he will do whatever he has to do or put in any position that the team asks him to be in if it helps them win or if it helps us win. So he's just a good character person, good character player for us.
Ryan, what can you say about Jacob's play of late?
He's been great. I mean, that's what I mentioned earlier. These last 2 games on the road, you saw a lot of Jacob that we've grown used to seeing. He's a very good goaltender, and he'd be the first to tell you it's his job to make saves. Just like the players, they have to come to play all the time. And when he doesn't make saves that he thinks he should make, he's not happy with himself. He wears his heart on his sleeve a lot of times, but he is an elite goaltender and was a huge reason why we got those 2 points. And we'll need both of our guys to continue to play as well as he did this weekend.
What are your thoughts on how Mackenzie Weeger has played this season, and we know about his offense, but specifically about his defensive play this year?
When you look at analytics with Mackenzie, he's way up there with his disrupts, if you want to call it that. We stick on puck, whatever you want to call it. He's very good in regards to showing up near the top of the league for defensemen analytically. I think Mackenzie has done a really good job of making sure that his game has continued to get better over the course of the years. Yes, there's been some ups and downs for him, getting used to a new team and the way he has to play. But over the last little while, especially since paired with Rass, I think his game has taken off. Whether it's correlated to a little bit more ice time, increased role, he's feeling good about where he's at. And I feel like he's starting to believe that he can be a contributor that he knows he's been in the past. So he's been very good for us lately as well.
What's your reaction
reaction when you see Jacob Pelletier patting guys on the head and giving words of encouragement on the bench?
Yeah, he's infectious. I think I've seen some of the comments from some of the players about having him around. He brings a positive energy to the group, and sometimes when you look at our team, there's a lot of our players, they have kids now. So you go through different stages, I guess, in the maturity of your team, and we have a lot of our players that are parents and dads. And when you see a younger guy like Jacob come in with that infectious energy, it's good for them. Puts a smile on their face and makes them laugh a little bit. And I think he's finding a way to bring out the best in the guys he's playing with.
How rare is that for a guy that's got 20 NHL games under his belt?
I don't know if it's rare. It's the way he is. I mean, he's not coming up to change things. I know early on he mentioned that he didn't want to overstep his boundary a little bit, but it's just him. It's the way he is. So whether he's playing an American League game or playing in the NHL, he likes to bring that energy and try to make sure he's in a position where he's playing the right way to allow him to be that way around his teammates.
The Flames will see the Ducks more than any other team
Yeah.
between now and the end of the regular season. What challenges does that young team present?
A lot of skill. I mean, that's one thing. They do a really good job of protecting the front of their net. They stay tight, and if you're not willing to try to fight your way into it, it makes it difficult for your guys. And then they have the guys that are capable of stretching the zone out, and they are very good one-on-one players. So we have to make sure we're committed to being really good one-on-one tonight. And then a big thing, we're assuming we're getting Gibson in net, so we have to do a job. He's been really good lately. His record's been good. Save percentage is way up there, so we have to make sure we make it a real difficult night on him.
From our vantage point, it looks like Jacob in the net is calmer. He looks like he's not overcommitting or anything. Do you see that on the bench, like a guy that just looks more relaxed?
I don't know. I'm a big believer in him, so when I look at him a lot of times, I don't see much difference with goalies, to be honest with you, but when he's on, there's a swagger to him, and the puck looks really big. You can say that with him. So I feel like he's in that mode right now.